In today's episode, we're going to learn how to add some intentionality to our daily and seasonal routine, employing some strategies and creating a bad day backup plan so we can rebuild momentum and execute our plan even when we're stuck. You've heard phrases like a long obedience in the same direction, determination, grit, resolve, iron will, persistence, single-mindedness, all necessary in this journey of pursuing your dream. Many of us at one point or another feel deficient in these areas. We come up short. The dogged determination, pull you up by your bootstraps, get back in the game mentality has limits. So today, I want to explore how we can supplement this idea of rugged fortitude. Since we all have limits to our self-determined strength, let's learn to stack some habits that fuel our entrepreneurial grit. That's all coming up next, right here on Stop Doubting Your Dream. Stay tuned. If you have a deep-rooted dream you long to pursue but feel held back by self-doubt, the possibility of failure, and the relentless demands of everyday life, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Jeff Meyer, and I know that taking the leap of faith to make your dream a reality and overcome the seeds of doubt planted by those who say it's too risky can feel overwhelming and discouraging sometimes, and cause you to question whether or not your dream is worth pursuing at all. But the truth is, it doesn't have to be an either-or choice. It's possible to pursue your dream without risking your stability or security in the process. And each week on the show, I'm going to show you and give you practical action steps you need to turn your dream into a viable source of income so you can live without regret, reshape your future, and create the meaningful change you want to see in the world, all without leaving your day job. So if you're someone who's ready to stop doubting your dream and start living it, let's dive in. Welcome back. This is episode 65. Pursuing your dream, I hate to admit it, but it can be a grind. In the middle of the pursuit, when the excitement wears off, the best of us can grow weary. You are so thrilled to gain clarity and get started. And then you realize that as a solopreneur, there was so much to manage, much of which you did not enjoy. The dream requires daily attention, and some days you're just not feeling it. Consistency is required. Our energy has limits, and sometimes the realities of life strike that demand so much strength. It saps all of our energy that we could give to the dream pursuit. We all have limits. Truth drop right now. Strategies are more helpful than willpower. It's actually a chapter, lesson 16 in the second half of my book, Fear Not, Dream Big, and Execute. I wrote a whole lesson on this. When you want to change, strategies are more helpful than willpower. I start out that chapter by quoting one of my favorite speakers, one of my favorite authors, Jesus. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Human willpower is a perishable resource. Rely on it to your own peril. I write in that lesson, we set our mind on the change that we seek, and still it doesn't work. We run into barriers. We fail to execute. Sometimes we don't really want to change, so when we hit one of those walls, we use it as an excuse to quit. We may think that some people have what it takes to push through the barriers and others don't. Why try if you don't have the willpower? The need to change is recognized, but the change is never realized because we have already predetermined that we are not capable. We are just weak, inadequate, helpless. We are not equal to the task in front of us. A better routine will help. Human willpower needs some help. Alone, willpower fails. As I turn the page in my first book, I read these two paragraphs. So if someone knows they need to make behavioral change, what is he or she supposed to do? Establish some positive momentum building routines for yourself. I call them strategies. They get you moving in the right direction. I tend to wait for inspiration to strike before I move. A little structure and a few strategies go a long way in freeing up my creativity and helping me overcome inertia. These strategies minimize the waiting for inspiration time. In the post, What Mentally Strong People Do on Tough Days, from her website, Positive Prescription, Dr. Samantha Boardman, a psychiatrist, writes this: we all have emergency plans. If the electricity goes out, there's a stockpile of flashlights, batteries, and candles. What happens when your mood fails? What's your bad day backup plan? It's a question I ask people all the time. Michelle Phillips, a performance coach and author of Happiness is a Habit, has a group of friends who have dubbed themselves the Village. She writes, I can call them anytime my day is going badly, and they will change my frame of mind, she says. She recalls sitting in a bar in Colorado after her divorce, feeling lonely, and she says, like I had loser written on my forehead, I called a village friend and she said, look around. You're in Vail, skiing. She helped me shift the thinking from poor me to lucky me. Friends, there are times in all of our lives in the pursuit of our dream when we get stuck. It's not an if, it's a when. So let's do ourselves a huge favor and establish some strategies for those moments so we can keep the momentum going. Let's create our own bad day backup plan. What do you say? All right, I want you to think about your day, every day. And I'd like to think about the rhythms that God has established in our days. I'm a big proponent that God has established rhythms in our days, in our weeks, in our months, seasonally, yearly, that we can tap into to help us maintain the momentum when we're feeling stuck. So I want to have you think about your day first, okay? There's a morning, there's an afternoon, and there's an evening, right? So let's tap into that for a minute and create a bad day backup plan. Let's start with the power of morning creativity. Mornings often set the tone for the rest of the day. In fact, I would suggest that we can even set the tone for the next day, what we do in the evening, but more on that in just a moment. Mornings set the tone. Have you ever considered leveraging the power of the morning creativity to maintain momentum? Instead of immediately getting up and diving into emails and tasks, why not devote the first 30 minutes of your day to a creative activity that has nothing to do with your dream or your business? Yeah, that means putting aside your smartphone, not looking at it, because you know you're going to see those emails, those texts that have come in. Just don't pick it up for the first 30 minutes. Don't open the lid of your laptop. And instead, for those 30 minutes, engage in activities like, I don't know, painting, writing poetry, playing a musical instrument, drawing. These activities activate a different part of your brain that refresh your mind and energize your spirit. This burst of creativity can provide a mental boost, setting a positive tone for the day ahead instead of the grind, beginning the day with work. It will help you approach your business challenges with renewed vigor. Okay? The power of morning creativity. And then let's call it the midday mindful reset. Oh, that midday slump. A universal struggle for all of us entrepreneurs. So let's tap into maybe a surprising routine for you that can turn that slump into a revitalizing reset. Instead of powering through and grabbing another cup of coffee, consider incorporating a midday mindful reset to your routine. Set an alarm for 10 to 15 minutes around midday. You decide. And when it rings, pause whatever you're doing, find a quiet space, and practice mindfulness, meditation. Focus on your breath. Observe your thoughts without judgment, and allow your mind to reset. It can alleviate stress, clear out mental clutter, and recharge your cognitive resources. I love using an app like Headspace. Then at the end of every day, we have an opportunity to re-engage our spirit for restful sleep, to rejuvenate our bodies for the day ahead. Let's call it the unplugged evening ritual. In a world where we're constantly connected, maintaining momentum as an entrepreneur can sometimes lead to burnout. And that's where this surprising routine in the evening comes into play. The unplugged evening ritual. As tempting as it might be, and I am so guilty of this, to keep checking emails and social media all the way to the moment we put our heads on the pillow. Resist the urge. Resist the urge not only in the last minute, but during the last hour before bedtime. Instead, embrace a technology-free zone an hour before you go to bed. And spend this time engaging in analog activities like reading a physical book, or journaling, or having a meaningful conversation with your loved ones. By disconnecting from screens, you allow your mind to wind down naturally, ensuring a better quality of sleep and waking up refreshed for another day of your entrepreneurial dream pursuit. So which one of these seems interesting to you? Maybe you want to give these a try for a week and see what impact the power of morning creativity and the midday mindful reset and the unplugged evening ritual has over the course of a week on your spirit. Maybe connect with a friend, someone in your village, and ask them to hold you accountable to this new rhythm for that week. Check in with them at the end of the week and find out how it went for them and for you. Maybe they want to join you. All right, that's your daily example of how we can stack habits, how we can build routines, establish a strategy for a bad backup day plan. For those of you who are still listening, I'd like to give you a little bonus material today. I'm going to give you 10 ways, 10 other strategies that you can employ randomly. You can do it daily, you can do it weekly, quarterly. And as I share these, perhaps you can write down the one that really gives you energy that you really want to explore in greater detail. Okay. So let's go. This is a top 10 list, and they're no particular order. Some things that I've tried, some things that I do to help me get through the grind and build resilience in my dream pursuit. Number one, ready? Set boundaries. Man, it is easy to let work bleed into every aspect of your life when you're pursuing a dream. Set clear boundaries between work and personal time. It's crucial. Designate specific work hours and commit to stepping away from work-related tasks outside of those hours. One of my coaching clients who is pursuing her dream to launch her own business because she wants to have more time with family has found as a solopreneur, she can work all hours of every single day. And so she has set a boundary to be done with work at 5 o'clock every evening so she can spend time with her family, eating together, and then building in that relaxing nighttime routine. It has been a game changer for her. And it will prevent burnout and allow you to recharge. Set boundaries, number one. Number two, practice self-care. Don't let self-care activities go by the wayside. It will cost you. Regular self-care activities are non-negotiable. Calendar them. Dedicate time each day for activities that rejuvenate you, whether it's exercise, meditation, reading, pursuing a hobby, spending time with loved ones, connecting with neighbors. Prioritize self-care, and it will help you maintain your energy levels and help you cope with stress as it arises. Number three, delegate and outsource. Newsflash, you don't have to do everything yourself. Delegate tasks that can be handled by others, especially the tasks that bleed your energy, that strain you, that you're not gifted in. Delegate those tasks. Whether it's hiring employees, working with freelancers, or using technology to automate processes, there are so many ways you can outsource. This will lighten your workload, but it also allows you to focus on what truly requires your expertise, the reason you started pursuing the dream to begin with. Number four, prioritize tasks. Don't just make a list or a mental list of things you have to do. Figure out what are the most important tasks to tackle first. Use something like the Eisenhower matrix. You can Google it. Or use some other prioritization method to identify tasks that are urgent and important. Important, but not urgent. Urgent, but not important. Or neither urgent nor important. And focus as much as you can on those tasks that are urgent and important. Put them first. This will have significant impact on your work life. We talked about this a little bit earlier at the midday point, right? Practice mindfulness is number 5. Have you ever practiced mindfulness meditation? Helps you stay centered amidst all the chaos. That's why we put it at midday. taking a few minutes each day to focus on your breath and be present. It can reduce stress, it can improve concentration, and it enhances your ability to handle the challenges that are yet to come in your day with a clear mind. Again, I love Headspace as an app, guided meditation. Number 6, take regular breaks. Incorporate short, regular breaks throughout your workday. They can help prevent mental fatigue, improve productivity, and contribute to your overall well-being. You can use techniques like the Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break. 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. Take regular breaks, number 6. Number 7, network and connect. Leadership, entrepreneurship, pursuing your dream can be so isolating. So make an effort to connect with other humans. Connect with other fellow entrepreneurs and professionals in your industry. It's one of the major reasons I established my Dream Accelerator coaching community. Join networking events, attend workshops, engage with online communities, maybe like the Dream Accelerator. These connections can provide valuable support, insights, and a sense of belonging. I joined a local BNI, Business Network International chapter, for this very reason, and it has been a game changer for me. Number 8, celebrate wins. It is so easy to get caught up in the never-ending to-do list and forget to occasionally reflect and celebrate your progress. Celebrate your achievements. Learn how to celebrate the big and small wins. Celebrate milestones. All of this will boost your morale, help you remember how far you've come, and it also reinforces your motivation to keep pushing forward. All right, we're getting close. Number 9, continuous learning. Embrace a growth mindset right now and invest in continuous learning. And I mean invest money and time and energy. Attend seminars, read books, take online courses, and stay updated on industry trends. I notice when I don't read frequently, regularly, I start to dry up a bit. So reading is really important to me. What is it going to be for you? Learn new skills, gain fresh perspectives, and invigorate your entrepreneurial journey. And then finally, number 10, it's a new one for me, and I love it. And I think it's awesome, and I'll share it as number 10. Maybe it's number 1 on your list. Delegate worry time. All right, you heard me. Delegate worry time. It is so natural for the worries and the anxieties of our day to arise as we pursue our dream. Instead of letting worries and anxieties consume your entire day, allocate a specific time for worry sessions. Put them on your calendar. And when they pop up in the middle of the day, say, okay, I'm going to write that down and then I'm going to deal with that during this upcoming worry session. And then during that time on your calendar, allow yourself to address the concern, brainstorm solutions, and then consciously let go of them until the next session. Delegate worry time. Do any of these 10 strike a chord with you? Is there one or two of these on this list that I've shared with you that you'd like to add to your bad day backup plan? Make note of it and put it on your calendar. All right, that's a lot to take in today. We've got a daily rhythm we can explore. We've got 10 ideas strategies, routines that we can incorporate into our days, our weeks, our months, quarters, or years. You've got the ingredients to make up a great bad day backup plan. So get after it. Start employing it. Don't just think about it. Act on it. Start slow. Take one and give it a shot. See how it works. All right? Thanks so much for joining me today for another episode of Stop Doubting Your Dream. If you want to connect and discuss this or any other topic with me, make sure to head to the show notes and share your insights with me. Share what resonates with you from this episode, which one you're going to try, how it's going, what you're struggling with. If you want to learn more from me, if you want to connect with me, you can go to any one of the social media platforms. Follow me. All my information is in the show notes. I would love to connect with you. Introduce yourself. Let me know that you listen, that you follow the podcast, and let's begin a relationship, okay? Next week on the show, we're going to explore the reason why most working professionals let their dream die and make a conscious or unconscious choice to live with regret. And I'm going to share how you can avoid giving away your true calling in favor of pleasing others and letting them call the shots so you can be true to yourself and what God is calling you to do. Join me back here next week. And until then, the journey towards your dream begins today. Take action with a single step.